Hey guys, it's Jill. Welcome back to my channel, and if you are new here, welcome. So today is going to be another Crockpot video. I know I haven't done one of these in, I want to say it's close to a year, but it's that time of year where we're all getting out our Crockpots, we're all busy, football season is here, now is the time that we're all using our Crockpots. So I wanted to get mine out as well, and I hope that you guys enjoy. I have 5 recipes that I've never tried before, and I'm super excited for you guys to see this video. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. So tonight we are going to be making a honey brown sugar pork loin. So here I just have about 2 pounds of a boneless pork loin roast. We're going to put it in here. This is going to cook all day for like 8 to 10 hours. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut this open and put this in the crock pot. Now we're going to take half a cup of packed brown sugar. We're gonna use half a cup of honey. I'm gonna go ahead and spray my little container so that way it will come out easier. So half a cup. So we're just gonna pour that honey right on over, and as you can see, because we sprayed it, it comes out super easily. You just have a little bit left. So if you wanna go ahead and take your finger, my hands are clean. So if you wanna take a finger or a little spatula or something, you can do that. Now we're gonna take a ½ teaspoon of salt. Sprinkle that over. Teaspoon, whoa, let's do this a little bit more. Forgot that one was the salt. And then we're gonna do a tablespoon of pepper. No, a teaspoon of pepper, sorry about that. My bad. It's okay. All right, and then you just pop the lid on it, plug it in. Oh, which my plug is on the other side, so we're gonna plug it in, turn it on low, let this cook for 8 to 10 hours, and I'll show you what it looks like when it's done. Do y'all hear my potatoes singing in the microwave? Okay, so this is what our pork roast looks like. I definitely had to add a little bit more salt, but everything is delicious. So I'm gonna plate of our plates and show you what we're having with this. I know it doesn't look good, but it tastes really good, I promise. Also, I let it cook for about 9.5 hours. Here is dinner all plated up. I've got some green beans, a fully loaded baked potato. I've got some cheese and sour cream, and then there is our pot roast. And then the kids just have some mac and cheese with their green beans and pot roast. So I will see you guys tomorrow for Crockpot meal number 2. Okay, so for this part, you're gonna wanna add this to a mixing bowl. You're going to take 1 cup of orange marmalade, 1/4 of a cup of soy sauce. I have the lower sodium soy sauce. 1 tablespoon rice vinegar, 1 teaspoon sesame oil, ½ a teaspoon garlic powder. We're gonna grate in some ginger. So I'm gonna go ahead and get to mixing that in this bowl.
I realized I didn't even mention what I'm making here, but I am making orange chicken in the crock pot, not fried, super delicious. Oh my gosh, this was so good. Me and the kids went crazy for this. The only thing that I would change is that in the recipe, I only added 1 pound of chicken, and I definitely would have added at least 2 pounds of chicken. The sauce was amazing. I just felt like when I went to plate up our plates, where's the rest of the chicken? I definitely would have wanted this to be a leftover meal, and we did not have leftovers in this at all. So I definitely would add more chicken. And we enjoyed the fact that it was a little saucier because we just added it with our rice and mixed it all together, and it was so incredibly delicious. So this is definitely going to be a new go-to for us for sure.
Damn. That's good. Do not miss out on that ginger because it totally changes the taste of it and it makes it, it brings it all together for sure. Now we're gonna come over here. What I'm gonna do is cube up some chicken. I'm gonna cube up a pound. I have chicken thighs right here. I'm going to take 1/3 cup of cornstarch, some salt and some pepper, add it to a Ziploc bag, shake it up. I already have my crock pot with a drizzle of oil on the bottom, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that and then I'll show you what to do. Now you want to add this chicken to your crock pot. It's drizzled with oil on the bottom. Now we're going back to our little orange sauce mixture. I forgot to add 1 tablespoon of olive oil, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Like so. Mix it back up. Then we're just gonna pour this over the chicken. And this only cooks for 4 hours. So you can have this done for a lunch. You can have this done if you like to start in the middle of the day, or if you are in the middle of the day and you're like, oh crap, I don't have anything to eat. Or I don't have anything made, bam. So crock-pot meals don't have to take 8 hours. And this is such a small amount of chicken that, you know, it doesn't have to cook for 8 hours. So I'm just gonna go ahead and mix this. This smells insanely delicious. I do wish I had a little bit more chicken. I only bought 1 pack and that's for another meal. So I kind of had to split it in the middle. But yeah, I feel like I want to add a little bit more. But this sauce is going to be delicious over rice, which is obviously what I'm going to serve it with. I'm also going to serve it with some broccoli, but you guys will see that when it's done. So I'm going to go ahead and plug this up. Let it cook for about 4 hours and I'll show you what it looks like when it's done. Here is dinner. I just added some toasted sesame seeds. I just toasted them real quick in the pan. Have some broccoli on the side, have some rice, cut up some green onion, and this is so good. You need to try this. It is delicious. There's a plate. Trying to make you like not see my mess, but there's another plate. So incredibly delicious. It doesn't look pretty, but oh my gosh, it sure does taste pretty. So I will see you guys tomorrow for tomorrow's crock pot meal. Tonight we are making ramen, chicken ramen to be specific. I don't know why I can't say that. Chicken ramen to be specific. Chicken ramen to be specific. So we are going to need some garlic, some soy sauce, half of a yellow onion. If you don't want to chop, you can always use frozen onions. Some almond milk. Make sure it's original, not vanilla and unsweetened. We're gonna grate up some ginger. We're gonna do half of this package of mushroom. I have about 1 pound of chicken thighs cubed. You can do them whole and leave them whole, but I was cubing them yesterday for yesterday's dinner and I just decided to go ahead and cube these 2. I probably should have left them whole or did slices, but it's gonna work out. It's gonna be okay. Then we have a container of chicken broth, which is going to be 4 cups. And then we also are going to need some rice vinegar. This is all gonna go in the crock pot. This only cooks for 3 minutes. Of course, this is ramen. Did I even tell you what this is? Chicken ramen. So you're gonna need ramen noodles. So I just have a pack right here. I'm gonna do 3 packs, but this is very end. And you don't use the seasoning, so you just are gonna need the noodles. And then also at the end, I'm gonna show you, because there's lots of different toppings that you can put in ramen. So I'm gonna show you the toppings and then give you guys some options too if you guys need some options. But this is only gonna cook for 3 hours, but I'm gonna go ahead and prepare it and then put it in my fridge. So around 2 o'clock, I can put it in the crock pot and have that going on low. And then we will add the noodles, but I'll tell you guys all of that. But I'm gonna go ahead and get all this, get that chopped up, get that grated, put all this in the crock pot and get it ready to put in the fridge and get it going.
I have to say, I thoroughly enjoyed this ramen. I had a lot of fun with the toppings and it was really delicious. And unfortunately, my kids did not like it. I was so disappointed. And then I told myself, I was like, you know what? It's okay. I made ramen like this. I made it in the crock pot. I know that it can be a staple if I need it to be, at least for me, for busy weekdays, for lunches and things like that. But I'm probably going to stick to making ramen on the stovetop. And then that way the kids can have their seasoning packs the way that they use it. Yeah, I'm not even kidding you. During the summer, I swear they ate a package of ramen every single day. They have become obsessed with ramen. They love it. And so I figure I can make ramen normal and then make it fancy for me. So they can have it all basic and boring. And then I can have it all fancy because they did not like it. I had to force them to eat it. And I don't like forcing them to eat things. But I was like, you guys have to eat it because if not, it's going to go bad. And I just don't. Do y'all throw things away? Or would you rather your kids sit there and be tortured? They're not really being tortured, but you know what I mean. My kids much prefer just regular ramen in the block on the stovetop. So this was not a winner in their book, but it was in mine.
So this is what we're looking like. I went ahead and I turned it on high because we're now going to cook the noodles. So I just have 3 blocks of noodles since there's 3 of us. I'm just going to kind of push that down in there. And you just let them cook. And this will be done in 5 to 10 minutes. And in this process, I'm going to go ahead and get my toppings ready. So that's that. So we've got our ramen done, all cooked, looking delicious. It smells insanely good, you guys. And then over here, I have my little topping station. So I have some crushed red peppers, flakes, crushed red pepper, sesame seeds. I have some chopped green onions. I have a medium boiled egg, some chopped spinach, and some grated carrot. I'm going to put them all in my bowl. I also have some chopsticks that I'm going to attempt to use along with the along with the spoon. So I'll show you my bowl all bowled up and how it looks, and I'm super excited to try this. And if it's good and if me and the kids like it, it's definitely going to be like a weekly staple in our house for sure. Okay, so here is my beautiful bowl of ramen. I know I have so many toppings that you can barely see it up underneath there, but that's why I showed you what it looked like in the crock pot. But I'm gonna go eat this and I'm gonna update you guys on what we think. I'm literally so excited for this. So fingers crossed that it's amazing. Tonight we are making tortellini and spinach soup. So what you're gonna need is a 10-ounce. So what you're gonna need is some frozen tortellini, which is still in the freezer because you're not gonna need that until the last hour. But I wanted to mention that. You're also going to need a 10-ounce bag of spinach chopped. So go ahead and chop that up. You're gonna need 2 14.5-ounce jars or cans of Italian diced tomatoes. You're gonna need 6 cups of chicken broth, 8 ounces of cream cheese. Go ahead and cube that up. And then I just put this all in here because it was super easy and super convenient. But I have in here, in the can of tomatoes, 1 teaspoon cumin, 1 teaspoon oregano, 1 teaspoon garlic powder, 1 teaspoon salt, and then some pepper. So basically all you're gonna do is literally dump all of this in this crock pot. You're gonna cook either on high for 2 to 3 hours or low for 6 hours. And then in the last hour, you're going to turn your crock pot to high if you have it on low, and you're gonna cook your tortellini for 1 hour. And then you're gonna have some delicious tortellini spinach soup, which you can put some Parmesan cheese, serve with garlic bread. It's going to be delicious. So let's go ahead and dump this all in this crock pot. Yum. Let's do this. I'm excited.
This was good, but I'm gonna be honest. I actually like tomatoes, but I was not crazy about the diced tomatoes in this soup. So if I were to make it again, I would do maybe some pureed tomatoes, some crushed tomatoes, definitely not diced tomatoes again though. I don't know if it was a combination of the spinach and the tomato. It just wasn't, I wasn't a fan. So while it was really good and really tasty, this was definitely my least favorite of all of them in this video, but it was still really good. My kids loved it, and we all said the same thing though. We all agreed that the tomatoes were just too much, and we wish that they weren't diced.
Okay, so it's been about 2 hours, so I'm gonna go ahead and add in the tortellini. I just kind of mix that a little bit real quick. I feel like I'm honestly rushing it, but it's whatever. I'm gonna go ahead and pour this in. This is a 19-ounce bag, just like this. And we're gonna let that cook for 1 hour. Go ahead and stir it in. So here this is. You got spinach, tomatoes, your creamy broth, some tortellini. I'm gonna top this with some Parmesan cheese. I was gonna have garlic bread on the side, but I don't feel like making it, so we're just gonna have it just like this. Bon appetit. And just so you guys can see, this is what it looks like in the crock pot. We have a good bit left. So yeah. For our last and final crock pot meal, I am making Mongolian beef. So I have, this is supposed to be about 1.5 pounds of flank steak, but here I only have like about 7/8 of a pound. You're gonna need 1/4 of a cup of cornstarch, a little baggie, 2 teaspoons of sesame oil, 2 cloves of garlic, 1 cup of shredded carrots. I went ahead and I sauteed some mushrooms and onions. I'm sorry guys, I'm not feeling good. I haven't been for the past 3 days, so I know you can tell it in my voice. But I'm doing the best I can. So that is some sauteed mushrooms and onions that I'm gonna throw in there. I also am going to put in 1/2 cup of soy sauce, 1/2 cup of chicken broth, 1/2 cup of brown sugar, salt, pepper. I gotta get my ginger out of the freezer because I'm going to grate some of that in, about 1 teaspoon, and then about 1/4 of a teaspoon of red pepper flakes. But I think I'm just gonna put that on mine, and I'm going to serve this with rice and broccoli. So let's go ahead. What you're gonna do is put this and the cornstarch in a baggie and shake to combine, and then you're going to put everything else in there, and you're gonna cook it on low for 4 hours or high for 2 hours. So I'm actually gonna put all this together and then put it in the refrigerator, so that way around 2 I can go ahead and put it in and it'll be ready for dinner time.
Stop what you are doing right now and follow this recipe. Go make sure you have all the ingredients, and if you don't, go put it on your grocery list. This meal is an absolute must. It was insanely, incredibly delicious. My only thing is that, again, instead of the 7/8 of a pound, I would definitely do 1.5 to 2 pounds of meat, because there was just not enough beef, and I was like, where's the rest of it? This was so incredible. And the only reason why I didn't have, because I asked for a 1.5 pound, I had my meat delivered, or I had my groceries delivered, so that's the reason why I didn't have enough. So I learned for next time to definitely just go to the store and get the meat and not have it delivered, because they can really mess up they just pick up whatever, which is totally understandable. Fun fact also, this little piece of ginger came from HelloFresh. I had gotten HelloFresh a week or 2 ago. By the way, I'll have a discount code in the description box if you want to use it. But it's not an affiliate code or anything. It's just what was used with my sponsorship on my other channel. But This was the first time, that was the first time that I've ever used ginger, and look at how many meals I use with this ginger. It is an ingredient I've never had before in my kitchen, but I'm going to have for sure every time. I'm going to make sure it's going to be a staple in my freezer. That's where I store it, by the way, and it grates perfectly, and it's going to last forever. So I just wanted to share that little tip with you guys as well.
So you're gonna cook this on low for 4 to 6 hours, or you can cook it on high for 2 to 4. I'm gonna go ahead and actually put this in the fridge since it's only 9 o'clock and I want this for dinner. And then I'll take it out of the fridge about 11 or 12, so that way it can cook through the afternoon. So I'll show you guys what it looks like when it's done. Here is the Mongolian beef, and what I'm serving it with, just have some broccoli. I cut up some green onions, put on some sesame seeds, put some sesame seeds on the beef mixture, and then also, you can't really tell, but I also have it on the rice too. But yeah, I just made it with some white rice, and this, I already tried, is so incredibly delicious. I just wanted to show you, this is what it looked like in the crock pot. It was really, it made a nice thick sauce, wasn't too runny. Let me get the lighting right. But yeah, really, really, really good. But you could already see that, but there are the kids' plates. And we've got shadows going on over here, so I will catch you guys in a minute. So I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I really loved everything. Unfortunately, the kids didn't, as you saw with the voiceovers and heard with the voiceovers. I really loved the ramen. I really loved the Mongolian beef, and so did the kids. It was so good. I didn't think I was gonna like it the way it was smelling. I was like, I don't know, but it was delicious. The orange chicken, me and the kids loved. They did not like the pork loin, and they also did not really care for the ramen. But they're used to just regular, plain of the mill, boil it on the stove, put it in. They don't like the fancier ramen, which I've learned, which I was gonna take them to a ramen restaurant, so now I know, don't take them to a ramen restaurant. But yeah, everything was so incredibly delicious. I was so excited to try these different meals because I've never tried Mongolian beef. I've never tried to cook orange chicken. Well, I did with a HelloFresh meal one time, but on my own, I've never tried to cook an orange chicken meal or anything like that. So I really, really enjoyed these recipes, and I hope that you guys did too. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys want to see in my next crock pot video, because I will definitely get back to making these at least once a month again like I was. I don't know, this video kind of had like a very Asian flair to it. So, I don't know, I definitely want to do meals that are a little more healthier, that add more vegetables and things like that. So, that's kind of what I'm in the mood for and looking for. So, hope that you guys enjoy. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!